her daughter Lourdes have emerged. And talking of women who love to dance like there's no one watching, joining me, Andrew McLean, today are Sally Lindsay, Carol McGiffin and Denise Welsh. Now, it is a very special show today because we are dedicating it to an Irish supergroup who have sold 44 million records worldwide, produced 7 #1 albums, won countless awards and stayed at the top of the charts for over 14 years. Yes, today's show is all about Shane, Nikki, Mark and Cian, the amazing Westlife! Shane, you've announced that after 14 years you are splitting up. Surely it's not the end.
Unfortunately, it is. Not till next summer, obviously, after the farewell tour. But yeah, it's next summer will be the end, unfortunately.
Well, we're going to make the most of you while we've got you. And Mark, we're delighted that we have got you all here today. What are you going to perform for us?
We're doing 2 songs today, extra special. We're doing Fly Without Wings and our brand new single, Lighthouse.
Good, good. Well, we look forward to catching up with all the boys later. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, it is Westlife! Now, we're going to be putting your questions to Westlife, so if you've got something to ask them, go to our website, email us at loose.women@itv.com. Thank you very much there, Shane, and all of you. Go to our Facebook page or tweet us using the hashtag #LooseWomen. Make sure you get in touch. You're very good. By 1:05 p.m. today, that's Monday, the 14th of November. Do you know they should bring back Wheel of Fortune? They should bring back. But first, 10 celebrities finally entered the jungle last night as we saw the return of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. But who impressed us the most?
Oh, I just love that programme. I think it's fantastic. Well, obviously, as everybody knows, Anthony Cotton's one of my best friends, and for 10 years I've been friends with him, and he's always been petrified, I mean, pathologically petrified of heights and getting on a plane. Right, okay. As in, he needs to take a little bit of Valium or a martini to just, you know. I couldn't believe, I mean, all our friends were texting, I couldn't believe he did that. So I've got to say, Ant, well done, you were fantastic. And I thought when they got down there, and Fatima impressed me, Anthony Cotton and Fatima. Fatima was amazing. Did you see her make those beds up? Yeah. They went, oh, we're not sleeping in here, don't worry, I'll just whip 6 beds up. And she went round like it was IKEA, cutting a few trees down, then da-da, and I thought, what a woman, amazing.
I think there's already a bit of a power struggle, though, because, you know, Anthony, I feel like he wants to take charge. Mark definitely wants to take charge.
Yeah,
and Fatima, you know, she's just a natural leader. You know, she did just sort it all out, didn't she? But there is going to be a struggle for that. But Mark, I thought, you know, stop it. The way he sat on that thing last night, you know, with the way thing, and he turned around to the rest of the team and he went, right, come on then, team, do it for me. For me? What, for you? What? Why you? Who do you think you are saying that to a load of people who've been around like 100 years longer than you have? And I thought there is absolutely no surprise that he got voted to do the task.
Do you know, I have to say, the one who I really like is Lauren Chase.
Oh,
I think she's adorable. She's sort of bouncing around and singing to herself and chattering to herself, and I think she's really sweet, and I hope she does well.
Well, I'm gutted because I was travelling home from the northeast last night, so I missed it. But my phone did then go at about 11 o'clock, beep, 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 just as I was getting into bed, talking about my looky-likey Chrissy Rock. But the thing is, obviously I'm championing Chrissy. She's my mate, as is Anthony. But when I was in Benidorm, people think that I'm her. Maybe with my, you know, hair knots. Do you think? Well, yeah, but it's not now. And apparently she took her teeth out last night. So I hope that's not the moment when they went. I
think Dougie's going to win, actually.
Yeah?
I think Dougie will win.
He gets on my nerves.
Yeah. Now,
he doesn't finish his sentence. Anyway.
Speaking of Dougie, while some of the contestants skydived into the jungle, others had to canoe down a river. And disaster immediately struck for Stephanie Powers and Dougie from McFly as they capsized and both fell into the river. Now, it wasn't long before Stephanie was trying to take control and was shouting Dougie's name so much that he now wants to change his name.
Follow my rhythm, all right?
Okay.
1 and 2 and 3. Don't go too deep.
Okay.
And change.
Is Stephanie quite bossy? No. No, not at all. What would give you that impression?
So that was our first little glimpse of, you know, Stephanie's potential for being a little Miss Bossy Boots. But do you think that age and experience is ever a good enough excuse for being bossy?
Well, you know, you can't help it, can you? If you're old and you're surrounded by young people, you know more than them, you've been around longer than them, and it's difficult not to... And I don't call it bossy. I mean, I am quite bossy, I suppose,
Mark
if
calls
that's
it
the
bossy,
word.
though.
No, he understands that it's actually just giving clear instruction as to how to do things.
So it's direction as opposed
It's
to
direction.
bossiness.
I'm directing him, right, do this, do that, do this. You know, and he doesn't mind, but he does it. Otherwise, nothing would get done. I did think she was being a bit over-familiar in the bossy stakes. Do you know what I mean? If you know someone and you kind of know what they're like, you can be bossy, you can say to them, just do something, you can be more direct. But when you've just met someone like, you know, poor Dougie in the back of that boat, and you can see he's just going, what, one, don't go too deep, do this, do that.
You felt sorry for Dougie after snogging him once.
Not that I want to go. I felt sorry for him after I'd stopped him.
That's the first time I've seen that clip, and already I would be terrified of Stephanie Powers, and I would probably have cried.
Why?
Because I don't know, because people who boss, there's a fine line between bossing and bullying sometimes, and you know, and I'm not saying that she's that at all, but I just don't respond if somebody ever shouts at me or bosses me. Like if I was in a canoe. Unlikely, but if I was, and she was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Do that," I would just be like that with my voice like that.
She was actually doing the opposite of that. She was speaking very slowly and quite
I think she might be quite terrifying.
Do you think?
Terrifying, yeah.
I mean, I think, you know, some people are just naturally more assertive, and they might not necessarily see it as bossy. You know, Steve has to be very assertive at work. He has to be quite shouty. He has to be quite... Yeah, apparently he has to be quite rude. So when he comes home sometimes, he finds it a little bit difficult to switch off.
Yes.
So I have to say to him, I am not Wayne. Do not speak to me like that.
Am I carrying a hod?
Am I a bricklayer or a carpenter? No, do not speak to me like that. And I think he just doesn't even know that he's doing it, which maybe some people who are more assertive are prone to do. Maybe they don't realise they're doing it.
I think I'm a little bit guilty of being bossy. I know I am at home, and Steve does pull me up for it, but I think sometimes I can be at work. Like when we were filming Mount Pleasant last year, and there's an amazing actress called Ainsley Howard. She's only sort of 25, and me and Angela Griffin found ourselves going, no, what you have to do is this, what you have to do is that. And then you have to check yourself and go, no, she really needs to learn for herself. I suppose that's not bossy enough. I mean, she was really appreciative of it, I think.
My sister's
or maybe she's
really
been
bossy.
nice.
Debbie's really bossy. If you're listening, Debbie.
My
Debbie's
sister
really bossy.
thinks I'm really bossy.
Why would she think that?
Because I went on holiday. I went on holiday with her once, and we were staying in the villa, and I was in the bath. And I just shouted out, I'd just say, Kim, get me a beer, please. And she brought the beer into the bath, and she went, oh, are you all right in the bath, ordering me around? I'm not room service, you know. And after that, it was about 15 years ago, and after that, she said, I'm never going on holiday with you again, you're so bossy. Anyway, it was good that she told me that, because I've tried to change.
Have you?
Yeah, well, I probably haven't, but I've tried.
Have you noticed? I haven't noticed. OK, time for a break. When we return, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane when we chat with Shane and Nikki from...